The Indigo flight with Luthra brothers has now landed in Delhi. Both Saurabh and Gaurav Luthra, the owners of the Goa nightclub, which is linked to the deadly fire in Arpora, have been deported from Thailand after 10 long days. They are expected to exit the airport that you can see on your screens right now. On the left, IGI airport, where security has been tightened. There are cordons have been made to ensure that they are safely moved from the IGI airport to Patiala House Court. Visuals have shown both the brothers boarding a flight at Bangkok airport a short while ago, and they landed in Delhi. In fact, we also have visuals from inside the flight where both the brothers were seen sitting next to each other and disembarking that flight to land at Delhi. Both the brothers, in fact, remember, are the owners of Birch by Romeo Lane. They are among the 6 people who are facing serious charges after 25 people were killed in a massive fire on 6th of December this month, when Birch by Romeo Lane caught fire and burnt like an inferno. They had been detained by Thai authorities after they were found and were located in Phuket. Remember, they fled on the day of the fire. In fact, 2 hours after that fire at Birch by Romeo Lane, they booked a flight to Bangkok. Their first visuals also emerged from Bangkok. They were later found to be in Phuket. Thereafter, they were detained by Thai authorities for overstaying following the suspension of their passport, after their passport was suspended, which cleared the way for their deportation. And 10 days after that unfortunate tragedy, they are finally back on Indian soil. And what follows here on is something that many people, the family members, activists of those who died at that fire will be keenly eyeing. Both the brothers are going to face the music. They will be facing the law of the land. They will be produced before the Patiala House Court first. We are given to understand, as per protocol, Goa Police will take their transit remand. They will also undergo a medical exam and then will be taken to Goa, post which they will be facing intense question. The first pictures of the brothers on your screens right now at the airport has emerged. Luthra brothers, we are given to understand, have now been arrested by Goa authorities. The Goa Police has now finally made the arrest. They will be produced in Patiala House Court after their medical exam. The first pictures have now successfully come out. And this is the picture that many have been waiting for good 10 days now. Both the promoters of Birch by Romeo Lane have now been successfully deported back to India. The pictures are emerging from the Delhi airport, and they will now face the law of the land. They have been arrested by the Goa Police. They will undergo a medical exam. They will be produced in the Patiala House Court, post which we will know the exact nature of the charges that they are going to face. So far, there have been allegations that they were criminally negligent, which resulted in death of 25 people. And now both of them have been deported back to India. Remember, the Luthra brothers booked tickets to Phuket on the intervening night of 6th and 7th of December. On the night that fire broke off in Birch by Romeo Lane, they said that they were in Thailand for business, but were quickly detained by Thai authorities after their passports were suspended by the Indian government. They have now been deported back to Delhi, and that picture on your screens right now is the first picture of Luthra brothers, which has emerged from IGI airport. My colleague Sneha is joining us on the phone line. Sneha, Luthra brothers are finally in India. They're going to face the law of the land very soon. Will be produced before Patiala House Court anytime now.
That's right, Shweta. This is almost happening after 10 days since the Goa fire, almost 10 days. In fact, the Luthra brothers had filed a petition. They had told that they did not flee from the country, that they wanted justice. They did not know firsthand that the fire had happened and so many people had died, and they had medical reasons not to return. But soon after that, their anticipatory bail, after it being rejected, they were arrested by the Thai police, and that was after the passport was suspended. The Luthra brothers' passport was suspended. So a big move in that sense. And 5 days since then, you have them being hauled back to India. The pictures on your screen of the Luthra brothers who have now been deported after their passports were suspended by India. Big move at this time, and what we're expecting shortly is that the Luthra brothers are first going to be taken for a medical test. They've obviously been arrested by the Goa Police. It's a team of Goa as well as Delhi Police at the airport. After the arrest, they're being taken for the medical test, and then they're going to be deported. Then they're going to be produced before the Patiala House Court. That is where there's a huge security. In fact, outside the IGI airport as well, there is a massive security. The pictures on your screen of the Luthra brothers, who are the co-owners of the Birch club in Goa, that saw the lives, that saw the deaths happen because of the inferno. Huge lapses that were reported. Remember, it was just a few days ago, Shweta, that the Luthra brothers did file an anticipatory bail plea, which was rejected by the court.
And both the brothers are currently in Delhi. They have finally reached India, and the first pictures, of course, emerging of both the brothers at the Delhi airport. They will be shortly coming out of the exit gates. At the exit gate is my colleague Vivek. Vivek, लूथरा ब्रदर्स हमें पता चला है कि दिल्ली पहुंच चुके हैं. उनकी पहली पिक्चर्स निकल के सामने आ रही हैं. किसी भी वक्त उन्हें बाहर लाया जा सकता है, जिसके बाद उनका मेडिकल एग्ज़ाम होगा और गोवा पुलिस उनकी फॉर्मल कस्टडी लेगी, रिमांड लेगी और उन्हें गोवा ले जाया जाएगा, जहां वो सीरियस चार्जेस फेस कर रहे हैं. मर्डर, होमोसाइड, कल्पेबल होमोसाइड, अमाउंटिंग टू मर्डर, काफ़ी सारे चार्जेस हैं जो इस वक्त उनके खिलाफ हैं.
देखिए, इस मामले में लगातार जो है वो गोवा पुलिस की जांच का दायरा बढ़ता चला जा रहा है. गोवा पुलिस जो है इस वक्त एयरपोर्ट के अंदर मौजूद है. दोनों जो लूथरा ब्रदर्स हैं उन्हें गिरफ्तार कर लिया गया है और कुछ ही देर में उन्हें एयरपोर्ट से निकालकर हॉस्पिटल ले जाया जाएगा, जहां पर उनका मेडिकल करवाया जाएगा और उसके बाद उन्हें पटियाला हाउस कोर्ट में पेश किया जाएगा, जहां पर जो गोवा पुलिस है उनकी ट्रांजिट रिमांड की मांग करेगी. इस वक्त की तस्वीरें आप देख सकते हैं कि बाकायदा जो एयरपोर्ट है उसके गेट के बाहर, यानी कि 6 नंबर गेट के बाहर जो है आपको बैरिकेडिंग लगी हुई नजर आएगी. पैरामिलिट्री फोर्स और दिल्ली पुलिस के जवान जो है वो यहाँ पर आपको खड़े हुए नजर आएंगे. किसी भी वक्त जो है लूथरा ब्रदर्स बाहर निकल सकते हैं पुलिस की कस्टडी में. दिल्ली पुलिस के साथ साथ गोवा पुलिस अंदर मौजूद है. गोवा पुलिस की एक टीम जो है वो बीती रात ही दिल्ली पहुंच गई थी और यहाँ पे जो दिल्ली पुलिस के आला अधिकारी है उनसे उन्होंने बातचीत कर ली थी. तो दोनों टीमों का तालमेल जो है वो चल रहा है. अंदर बातचीत हो चुकी है. जो ऑफिशियली गिरफ्तारी है गोवा पुलिस ने वो कर ली है. कुछ ही देर बाद बाहर निकाला जाएगा और उसके बाद इन्हें पटियाला हाउस कोर्ट में मेडिकल के बाद पेश किया जाएगा और वहां से ट्रांजिट रिमांड ली जाएगी और बताया जा रहा है कि देर शाम इन्हें गोवा ले जाया जाएगा, जहां पर इनसे सवाल जवाब किए जाने वाले हैं. सबसे पहले वहां की कंसर्न कोर्ट में इन्हें पेश किया जाएगा और वहां पर जो पुलिस है गोवा पुलिस वो इनकी कस्टडी की मांग करेगी, रिमांड की मांग करेगी और उसके बाद इनसे पूछताछ की जाने वाली है. आपको बता दें कि इस मामले में अब तक कुल 6 लोगों को गिरफ्तार कर लिया गया है और अब ये 2 और लोग जो कि फरार चल रहे थे, यानी कि हादसे के बाद से ही ये लोग जो है थाईलैंड निकल गए थे. लगातार जांच एजेंसी इनको गिरफ्त में लेने के लिए हर एक मुमकिन कोशिश में लगी हुई थी. जांच एजेंसियों ने बकायदा इनके खिलाफ LOC जारी की थी, यानी कि लुकआउट नोटिस जारी किया हुआ था. साथ ही जो इंटरपोल है उनकी मदद से ब्लू कॉर्नर नोटिस भी जारी किया गया था, जिसके चलते ये थाईलैंड छोड़कर कहीं और भाग नहीं पाए. और साथ ही आपको ये बता दें कि भारत सरकार ने बकायदा इनका जो पासपोर्ट है वो भी रद्द कर दिया था. इसके बाद थाईलैंड पुलिस ने इन्हें हिरासत में लिया था. 2 से 3 दिन का वक्त लगा. कागजी कार्रवाई जो है वो पूरी की गई और उसके बाद इन्हें हिंदुस्तान डिपोर्ट कर दिया गया और जैसे ही ये लोग हिंदुस्तान पहुंचे तो गोवा पुलिस ने इन्हें अपनी गिरफ्त में ले लिया। अब इनसे हर सवाल के जवाब लिए जाएंगे, जिसको लेकर गोवा पुलिस जो है इनके गिरफ्तार होने का इंतजार कर रही थी। बाकी जो अन्य आरोपी गिरफ्तार किए गए हैं उनको भी आमने सामने बिठाकर इनसे पूछताछ की जाने वाली है। तो साफ है कि इन पर कानून का
also joining us on the show is Dhanraj Vanjari, is a former ACP Mumbai Police. Sir, thank you very much for taking time out. Tell us what happens here on. We are hearing from our reporters that the Luthra brothers, who have now landed on Indian soil, are going to be undergoing a medical exam, post which they will be produced in the court and the transit remand will be taken. Since it's a multi-agency probe, what can we expect happening here?
The legal expectations, and this is perfectly lawful because CBI is our nodal agency for international deportation of accused or international handling of such criminal legal issues. So CBI will decide the deported person should be given to in the custody of which police unit, and that police unit will produce them before the court because the transportation will take longer, and it is not only 24 hours criteria as it is prescribed under the law that within 24 hours after the arrest he has been produced before the magistrate. So anyhow, if they have been taken directly them to Goa, then this 24 hours meter would have defeated. So they have taken the accused to Delhi court, then again the transformation warrant will be issued in the name of Goa Police, and Goa Police will take the ultimate custody, and thereafter the investigation, Goa court will hold the trial in this matter. The basic important thing is the Delhi CBI will have to decide what kind of formalities, because since he has been caught in Thailand and brought to India, so there should not be any lacuna in the legal process of deportation or transformation of the accused. If that would have been, then he may get the benefit, the Luthra brothers may get the benefits in the court of law tomorrow at the time of trial. That should not happen. That is the prime responsibility of CBI, the nodal agency of India, which handles the international complicities of transformation, deportation, all etc. Now, in the court, after they will produce, finally in Goa, they will decide their course of police custody, thereafter judicial custody, thereafter the investigation, they will be charged sheet, and the case would be tried as per the available evidence. The punishment would be pronounced, or whatever will be decision, that will be a judicial decision.
By when can we know, Mr. Vanjari, as to what charges both the brothers will be facing? We are, of course, hearing of, various charges verbally that the police has talked about, that authorities have talked about, of negligence, of the fact that, they were operating multiple companies, illegally doing so. But when can we hear of the formal charges?
The charges are as per the new IPC 304A, that is the death caused by the negligent and rash act. Whether the act was negligent or not, that will be the crux of the matter. Now, in any act, there are bona fide and mala fide mistakes. If he says that it was not a negligence, it was a mistake. So, under the notion of mistake, we'll have to find out whether it is a bona fide mistake or mala fide mistake. If the mistake is mala fide, then it's a perfect scene of crime. It's perfect proof of crime. And in that case, they have no escape. But if they can prove that this mistake was bona fide, we never expected it, is just accidental. And if it is accident or negligence causing death of the people, that would be the fine thin margin to decide this case judicially by the court of law.
Is concerned, Mr. Vanjari, when you look at them prima facie, we now know, many authorities have now come out saying that the Birch by Romeo Lane club was operating without licenses, in which case there seems to be a clear case of not just negligence, but also operating without due license, which in itself is illegal. So there could be multiplicity of charges that Luthra brothers will be facing.
Of course, there will be multiple charges, I agree with you. But if they will be operating without license, then who is supposed to check it? Who is supposed to inspect it? Who is supposed to verify that they are operating with license only, and without license that itself is a crime. So won't you think that in that case the local authorities who are supposed to give the license, maybe police, maybe municipal authorities or any other civic body, whatever is required to give the license, negligence on their part will also be ascertained, examined and investigated. And unless that thing has been done, I think in such cases, because I remember when Bombay's case in my time when we investigated, even the authorities and the officers concerned who had a reason to know that he has operating without license were not taken the proper cognizance, and they were also made responsible for this criminal negligent act. So it is a collective offense or maybe a sort of conspiracy. ये अगर किससे हाथ मिला के कुछ चल रहा होगा, we just can't predict.
Absolutely.
Now let the course of investigation.
So what you're saying essentially, Mr. Vanjari, I have to slip into a short break here, but what you're saying essentially is that if proven, relevant authorities could also face the music for letting this nightclub operate without licenses.
Without licenses, they cannot operate. There is a procedure, there must be SOP by state government. Goa government has to think for it, and Goa administration should have taken them to the task if they would not have proper licensing authorities. And if not, then where the administration is, what is the mistake on the part of administration, that also should be considered during the investigation. And if suppose some evidence find to that effect, then they should be news and taken to the court of law.
Mr. Vanjari, stay with us, sir. We are, of course, tracking that detail very, very closely. And both the brothers there on your screens right now, they have landed in Delhi. They are going to be produced before Patiala House Court.